Hello, friends. Thank you for joining us today for our time of devotion. I'm glad to be joining you from Atlanta, Georgia, in the Woodlands garden. It's a private garden. So many species of trees. I hope you'll get to hear a bird chirping, a bird song while we're meeting today. Thank you for joining us. I was glad to be able to find just a moment when the rain had stopped to come outside to record, and I'm standing in front of an oak leaf hydrangea. Now I was hoping maybe to find a few more flowering shrubs or trees, or maybe a magnolia with a pretty blossom, but so far I've only found a few oak leaf hydrangea. You see the pretty blossom. Most of them are already going to seed, but some of them are still pushing forth blooming petals for us. And so I hope you can enjoy the greenery, and be sure to take a moment to get outside when you can, to get a breath of fresh air today, and remember that God's Spirit is as close as our breath. So let's breathe in a moment, breathe in God's peace, and then exhale any of your concerns or worries, your stress. Breathe in God's peace all day long. So I'd like to share a blessing from the Book of Blessings by Brother David Steindl-Rast. This one is for a blessing for the summer rain. O Lord our God, Creator of the universe, source of all blessings, you bless us with summer rain, starting with a smell all its own when drizzle settles the dust, turning into a calm flow, then becoming a steady stream, sleepy and unhurried, that falls all day, making the earth soft and rich and the grass green. May I let its voice so quiet my mind that I become for all around me like the rain, replenishing. And I hear rain coming, so I'm going to read very quickly the prayer I want to share. We continue our collections for our blessing box. The blessing box at church has been very, very busy. Many people are posting on social media that they're having trouble paying all their bills, particularly those with large families or with children, paying their rent and utilities and for food and gasoline as prices increase. So the blessing box in the neighborhood is one way we can help. Also, we help every week throughout the year with the food pantry ministry at Wesley House, our United Methodist Community Center, not too many miles from Lenoir City, just in Knoxville. So thank you for helping to feed people, and then our offerings continue to assist others in many parts of God's world. We think of our missionaries and all. In fact, when it does rain or when we've had drought, I remember something that a priest in Uganda once told me. Father Richard had experienced a lot of drought in his homeland and where he served in his parish, and I said, well, we'll be praying for rain, and he said, well, please pray for the right amount of rain. And so now, as we're seeing in the world, there are parts of our country and parts of the world affected by drought, and then some affected by flooding. So see, we need the right amount of rain in each area, and here comes the rain. All right, so thank you, Father Richard, and thank you for being with us. And I'll share Bishop Stephen Charleston's prayer. It's very fitting for the times in which we're living, with all the struggles and wars and oppression and violence and cruelty. So I offer this prayer by Richard, the Bishop Stephen Charleston of the Episcopal Church and member of the Choctaw Nation. When they hate, I will love. When they curse, I will bless. When they hurt, I will heal. I am a servant of the light. I am not afraid of darkness. I will carry on with my work as a steward of this earth and of all her children. When they divide, I will unite. When they rage, I will calm. When they deny, I will affirm. I will simply be who I am, for that is what Spirit created me to be. That is what Spirit creates all of us to be. So I hope you got to see a little bit of the lovely ferns. The rain's coming, so I need to close my camera here. But thank you for being with us, and I do pray with you for healing for those who are ill, comfort for those who are grieving, guidance for those who feel lost, and energy for those who feel stuck. May God guide us and deliver us from evil and deliver us from complacency, and we turn our hearts to Him. And through the love of Christ, we find that life and light and energy to continue, and the strength to follow Christ's example of living in this world with the love of God all around us and in our hearts, to share that the world might become the kingdom God envisions. So enjoy this green kingdom, and may the blessings of God be with you today and always.